Welcome to Live from M5. Fantasy football is over. We're now into playoffs. Playoffs are over. And we're joined here with...
Brayden.
Talon.
Eitan Rubenstein, the one and only.
Who lost, by the way, in the M5 league. And got second place.
I will take that. Second place is a dub. I mean, yeah, whatever.
But we're joined with a special guest, Brayden. Get an outside perspective out of any of our leagues. He's got his very own league. But let's just jump right in and just sum up your season. How'd it go?
It went pretty good. I was actually hated on by all my league members after my draft. I drafted some pretty good running backs in the beginning, but my receivers were quite sorry. I had Drake London and DJ Moore.
Dude, I had Drake London.
When did you draft Drake
Crazy.
London?
The third round.
Wait, are we the same person, dude?
But then I went and drafted DJ Moore in the fourth round, which is the biggest mistake of my life. Okay. So I realized after that I needed to make some changes. So I went out and took Bijan and I put him up on the trade block in my league, and I got Nico Collins out of it. So
that is pretty good. He was injured here and there, but overall, when he had a big game, it was a big game.
Yeah, he did have a little point where he was on IR, but it's okay because after that, I went out and went and traded for Justin Jefferson, so that worked out for me.
Okay.
So I got him. So after a couple trades, my team ended up being I put in Jared Goff at quarterback because Kyler Murray wasn't doing it for me. He wasn't getting it done.
Jared Goff did have his games where he was throwing.
Yeah,
really
Kyler Murray
good.
was like...
So it's not bad.
He would put 13 up, and then 1 week he put like 31.
Yeah.
So I wasn't up with that. And then my running backs were Jameer Gibbs and Jonathan Taylor. Jameer Gibbs saved my team most of the year. Put up a lot of points.
Let's go on.
Once Nico Collins was back and healthy, it was Justin Jefferson and Nico Collins. And then...
And Jameer Gibbs. Wow, that's pretty good. That's a...
And then my flex always rotated between James Conner and James Cook.
Dang.
Like one of the two. And then my tight ends were honestly all over the place. I had Goddard. He got hurt. I picked up Njoku, and then he got hurt.
Is that a real name, Njoku?
David Njoku.
Yeah,
That's
David
insane.
Njoku.
So who's been paying attention in fantasy football?
I have. Yeah.
And
He was D1. Yes.
and then I picked up Sam Laporta for the last couple of weeks, and he did okay.
Okay.
And then that's about the teams. I finished 11-4 at the end of the regular season.
It's pretty good.
I got the first round bye in the playoffs, but I lost to Merrick Thomas.
In the first, in your first round of playoffs?
For my first round.
Dang.
Second round, but I got third place in the playoffs.
Dang.
Okay. Dang. So another thing why we're here is to talk about Talon's punishment. But we'll get to that in a minute. So speaking of your league, so bring up who's your loser, last place, and your number one and your champion.
So our loser was Giovanni Perez. He got last place. And the punishment is a peanut butter mile.
Explain that to the ones that don't know. Yeah.
In detail.
A peanut butter mile is someone that has to get down all the way into just shorts. And they have to get covered in peanut butter, head to toe, the whole thing. They have to ride a bike from Rockland High School to Whitney High School. And that's pretty much it. So
that's crazy.
That's pretty bad.
Yep, that's pretty bad.
That's terrible.
I'm beginning to think that your punishment was a little bit like too easy. Like,
it's easy, but it's going to be known.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Okay, now who's your champion?
Playoff champion. It was Grant. I technically got first at the end of the regular season. Grant McGarry won the championship in the playoffs.
Okay, you're the regular season champion.
Yep.
But the playoff loser.
Yep.
That's what it is. Okay, now with Talon.
Yep.
This brings us to the main event.
Yeah.
You. So tell us about yourself. Tell us about your season. It's first time on the Fantasy Football Podcast.
Yeah. So I wish I could be on it more. To be honest.
We wish we did some more episodes. So.
No, yeah, short canceled, but but we back. My fantasy football team was pretty going back to the draft. It was not like the best team. I was driving home from Sacramento. During the draft, and
oh my gosh.
I actually had my homie draft for me, so I wasn't looking at the draft board and I wasn't seeing who it was. I was just telling him players off the top of my mind. So probably should have done a little bit more research before. I had some gambles. I picked up Bijan with my first pick.
Still not bad. That's still pretty good.
No, it was pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
I don't trust Bijan after his last year's game where he didn't tell any of the media that he had a headache or was sick.
No,
and he played one snap and it got me 0.0 0.01 point.
But like I traded Bijan early this season, but like didn't get a good bag for him. I think I traded Bijan and I think Xavier Worthy for Stephon Diggs, which was like really stupid, but it was because like the Texans were putting up really good points and they didn't have the like hardest schedule because like they weren't like that good of a team last year. So like
I can see it because you were like, would you say you were in like a desperate situation?
I was in a really desperate situation.
So you were just going for something. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But then you got unlucky with Stephon Diggs tearing his ACL.
Yeah.
Out for the season.
Some secret MVPs for my team, like my sleeper picks, Jane Daniels. Absolute go pick.
Yep.
I think I picked him up at like the 10th round, like one of the later rounds. So like it was like such a good pickup for me. Another one that a lot of the league mates didn't like, Chubba Hubba, my goat. Consistently would put up like 13 points, and honestly, that's all I need.
He was very consistent this year. I used to have a little distrust in him from last year because he would have his games where he popped off, then he would have his games where he literally did absolutely nothing. So I have a little distrust from him from last year, but he was very consistent this year.
And my last goat, Mr. Every 1 in 3 weeks, Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah.
He would. He'd put up like 53.
He would put up like 50 points, and then the next week he would put up 3.
Yeah. But Talon, you sadly ended last place.
No, yeah.
It is what it is, but
I forgot. I had Chris Olave on my team, but like I think
he was concussed for like you got concussed, came back concussed.
I dropped him week 1, I think.
But your punishment. Let's go into detail about what your punishment is.
Yeah.
So the punishment that our league decided on before the TikTok ban, but then came back, but then Talon deleted the app.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh, good. But we did get some funny videos out of it.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain some of those videos you got?
Some of the videos were like just like really like, I don't know, just be like odd things to do. Like you wouldn't like picture like just like a normal person doing them.
And who came up with these videos?
My good friend, our good friend, Luke Georgeson. He would come up with all the videos, and then originally, I did have 5 vetoes, but me and him like worked out a bunch of deals and like a bunch of stuff, and like I ended up saying like I don't want them because like I thought it would be more fair, and like we talked a lot like without like everyone in the group chat knowing, but it was like a lot of like which TikToks like I would have to film and like which videos like I would be able to film without like getting in trouble or anything.
Okay. Yeah.
And then like which ones like I would want to just like out of like I don't know, like some of them like I obviously didn't want to do, so like there was like that like discussion, but like for the most part most of them I just like did.
So can you tell me what your favorite one was? Like I personally enjoyed all of them. They were quite spectacular. They made my day.
I have a favorite.
Me too.
So what was your favorite?
My favorite's actually my last one, the one where I stand up on the table.
Yep, that's my favorite too. That one's my favorite.
I think it was funny because it was at my friend Shane's house, so like it was just like something I wouldn't expect to be doing, but it's just like it happened in the moment. So like it was just like something like that was just like really funny, I guess.
Yeah. That was really funny. But to extend your punishment, it's not over. I think you're aware of what's going on.
No, yeah. I'm pretty aware.
I'm allowed to say.
Yeah, I think so.
We're not going to show you it, but it will be a spread, or technically a page, in the yearbook dedicated to Talon and showing how he lost with a QR code to this podcast, and then there will be a QR code, hopefully at the end of this podcast, take him straight to his TikTok or a compilation of his videos.
That's nice to hear, honestly. I love that you guys love me so much.
We do. we love Talon. We love showing his punishment and getting it around to all 1,891 students.
Honestly, the amount of views that I got on the videos is pretty. It matches.
He did get a lot of views. Like, what was
your first video really popped off?
I think all of them consistently got between like 1,700 to like I think 2.1K.
It's like about the whole school.
That was pretty good. Yeah. Though it ended short and the TikTok ban kind of messed everything up.
No, I know.
It was still very enjoyable.
I greatly appreciated it.
It was very greatly appreciated, and it was
every single time
really
Luke would send out that video, it made my night.
It was
I know. I should have like plugged my photo account or like done something like just to get like my name out there more. But like honestly, it wasn't that bad.
Okay. Well, actually, no. You said your full team, right, and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's really it. But hopefully, when we transition after this, you will see a compilation of all of Talon's TikToks, all the best parts.
Yep.
And yeah.
Make sure to tell me which one's your favorite, honestly. I'm curious.
Leave in the comments which one's your favorite.
Leave a comment. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe because we will be putting out more of this hopefully next year when I absolutely dominate again. Eitan Nation, I see you.
Wait, we're not over. I'm sorry.
That would have been such a good ending.
It's a great ending.
That was so good.
But since the Super Bowl is 2 weeks away,
Oh.
I do want to get
Chiefs are gonna
everyone's.
win.
I do want to get everyone's take on the Super Bowl.
Freaking Ray.
So let's just start with
Pat
Brayden.
Daddy Mahomes.
Let's start with Brayden and get your take.
I'm a Niners fan.
Fair.
so real.
I personally don't like either of the teams.
That's fair.
I wish you could just boycott it and make them both lose, but
Fair.
That would be great.
can't do that.
I'm in agreement there.
So I'm hoping the Eagles win, but knowing the Chiefs are going to get the
there's
refs to
some
throw a
weird-
Yeah, it's
couple,
the Eagles versus the refs in
couple
the Super Bowl.
flags, and honestly, they're probably going to win it. And Mahomes is going to get his three-peat, and like Kelsey and Swift are going to be on the screen like all night long. Like, who
So,
cares?
dude.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, Tom.
I think, well, me personally, big Saquon Barkley fan.
Yep.
I hope
That's
they
what I was
just
gonna
like run it up the middle, absolutely jam it down their throats, and
Yes.
absolutely just like pound that rock right into them. But yeah, I want the Eagles to win. I'm tired of seeing the Chiefs win, and Pat Daddy Mahomes needs to lose one.
Be dethroned.
Put them to rest.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay, Tom.
Now, everyone knows I'm a real big football fan. Like, I know so much about the game. I watched, like, 5 games this season.
Can you tell me what
So,
an intentional
yeah.
grounding
That's a
is?
whopping
Huh?
number.
Can you tell me what intentional grounding is?
Yeah, so that's in baseball when you intentionally hit a
Nope.
grounder to one of the infielders.
That's correct.
That's so
Yep.
much. In football,
Okay.
how about that?
I plead the fifth. Okay,
There we go.
so I believe that this Super Bowl is going to be garbage, honestly. Like, we all know the
agree.
Chiefs are going to win. We know it's the refs against the Eagles. Like, nothing good is going to come from this that we don't already know is happening. If you're a Chiefs fan, like, okay, this is good for you. But, like, for the rest of the world and all the sane human beings, it's just going to be a boring Super Bowl. Like,
Thank you.
come on.
That's exactly what I said. That's
Meteor
exactly
strike.
what I thought. Right
Yeah.
when the Eagles won, I was like, okay. Like
Well,
I wanted the Bills to win.
I wanted
I
James
wanted
Daniels
Commanders.
to go. Like,
No, yeah, I
Like,
want
it's
Bills
so
to go.
great, dude.
Bills versus Eagles would be so good.
Bills, and that would be way better too.
Like Bills Mafia versus like
and there's no way the refs can
Philadelphia.
ring it because the Chiefs aren't in it.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, is if it was Commanders Bills, that would be probably one of the most historic Super Bowls ever. Because Jaden Daniels would be the first ever rookie to lead a team to the Super Bowl, and if he won it, he'd be the first ever rookie to do it.
No, yeah.
And then if the Bills won, they would win their first ever Super Bowl.
Hey.
So either way, history was going to be made, and now it's just like, great, team literally repeat of 2 years ago.
For
Hence the
next
most
year?
boring
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
What?
We've the past 3 years we've seen just repeats of Super Bowls. Like,
It's just boring.
yeah.
Hey, for
Like, I
next
get
year,
they're the best team, but it's still boring.
what team do you think is going to be like your sleeper team? Like it's going to like
49ers, dude. We're coming back.
Oh
it's
my
going to
God.
happen.
Yes, we're coming back.
They'll have like two sleeper
You know
years.
who I have at the very bottom? The Seahawks.
How?
Mm.
How do you even at
Honestly,
the bottom? Have you seen
I
the
agree with
Jacksonville
that.
Jaguars head coach?
Yeah, but like, look at the Seahawks. DK Metcalf.
It's a bird versus a
He is
cat,
not
bro. What
leaving.
are you talking
They
about?
say that every year. Every year
No,
they
he's
say
gone, I'm
DK
telling you.
Yeah, I
They
think
say it
Chargers all the
every
way.
year. They
I
say
think the
that
Panthers are
every
going to
year.
be good next year.
I like that.
I actually Bryce Young.
I like that.
I
He needed a little
love
time on
Bryce
the
Young.
bench to,
I like
to
that.
realize who he was.
I like that.
I love Bryce Young, and I honestly
I wanted the Seahawks to draft him until I found out he lied about his weight and height, and I was like, ooh.
How do you just do
How
that?
do you do
Like,
that? Yeah,
come
what?
on.
no,
found out.
you need to
Check?
be like
They don't know. They didn't check
Heavier.
until they got to the combine.
That's insane.
He told him they
bro.
were like, I think they told him he was like 6'4", and
told
he
him
showed
he
up
was
like
heavier and
6'1".
taller.
Yeah, and then he showed up, and everyone's like, "This is like a toddler, not a." But then, hey, he can sling it.
He's slinging it right
I
now.
hope Jaden Daniels continues his good run.
I hope he doesn't
At quarterback.
I hope he doesn't turn into the next what's his name, Griffin. The
Robert
RG3.
Griffin
I hope he
III.
doesn't turn into the next Robert Griffin.
That would be sad.
That would be terrible.
For the people at home that don't know,
Oh my god!
could you describe that a little bit?
Wasn't he drafted by the Redskins? Now Commanders.
Yeah, he was the
Yeah.
Redskins, now Commanders. He got like I don't even know what happened to him.
He got like offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah, rookie. I think it was his rookie year.
Popping off. Made it to the playoffs. He had like a good 2 seasons, and then he got injured.
Well,
didn't come back well. I don't think.
Yeah,
they
played
him through an injury because I'm not sure who the head coach was, but they played him through an injury, and he said he was fine, but he like kept pushing it, and then he like did it terribly, and came back. Wasn't the same ever again.
Well, hopefully they don't do that to Jane Daniels, and let's hope for Jane Daniels to be in the Super Bowl next year.
Or like imagine he turns into like a Jameis Winston.
Stop.
Oh, come on.
That's even worse.
It's famous Jameis. I love me some famous Jameis.
Jameis Winston this year, I think, was the funniest year I've seen Jameis Winston of all time.
Honestly, I think he just needs to be a permanent starter for just like the worst team in the NFL. Just like permanent starter.
Just pulling out all these awesome quotes just every game.
That W.
Yeah.
W.
Eat those fingers.
Okay, well, I think that about wraps it up. We covered about everything. Get ready for the compilation of Talon's TikToks, and also make sure to get your yearbook. It's coming up. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you for watching. Like I said before, smash that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yeah, bye-bye.
I'm the alpha, I'm the leader, I'm the one to trust. Top 3 reasons why I would be a bad boyfriend. What? No!
I only have 3 moves. Silly? A little crazy. Sticky fart poop. Freaky. Get on the table, you dirty boy.
Thank you for listening to the podcast live from M5. If you'd like for more content like this, please visit rocklandmedia.org. Thank you.